The third race, however, and it is a mile for the Class 2s, and Beauty Joy carries an extra £8 for his second to Cheerful Days. My Sugar has his first start in 6 weeks. CP Brave has had 2 trials and more blinkers in both of them. He'll wear blinkers and a tongue tie. Beauty Fit's a 2-time 1600 metre winner, and down the bottom looking great. All wins 18 to 2000 metres, and E-Star Tom, he's gone the other way. All of his wins 1200 up to 1400 metres. So what does that mean for speed mappers?
Yeah, well, the speed probably looks to be on the good to slow side here. I think My Sugar will potentially lead this race from barrier number 1. Jerry Chow on board does have the little claim there, so he's more than likely to go forward to Paul. CP Brave from barrier 2 has the blinkers on for the first time. He's had 2 trials with those. And well, I do wonder what they do with Beauty Joy, because they have gone forward with him in the past, but they opted to take him back last start. Yeah,
sort of hedging the bets there in the midfield and the small field. I think we'll see what happens. If he does jump, look, he could get outside My Sugar. That's a possibility as well. But I just thought, yeah, they could easily get there. So that's a possibility. Or they just might want to take some cover. So there's some good options there, I thought, for Zach Bird.
Well, the man himself was chatted to by Nick yesterday to give his thoughts on Beauty Joy, and he was also joined by that pesky bird in the background again.
Zach, a couple of nice rides for you this weekend, notably one in race 3, Beauty Joy in the Class 2. A horse who had a bit of a reversal in form last time at the Valley, but has since trialled well.
Yeah, he's a quirky horse. He was jumping out of the gates really well early in the season, but as he's progressed, he seems to be taking his time to come out of the gates and get himself in a little bit of an awkward spot. I thought his last run was solid, but it wasn't as good as the performance he put up at his Happy Valley win prior to that. And his trial since has been okay. So coming back to Sha Tin, he seems a little bit more comfortable in the gates and seems to jump a little bit better here. So hopefully he does that and he can get himself in the right spot.
Just going back to that run at the Valley, Zach, obviously he found himself a little bit on the back foot, didn't he, early? Just sort of half missed the hop a bit around there.
He's just not jumping as well as he does at the Valleys as what he does at Sha Tin. I don't know if it's the lights or if it's at night or, you know, maybe the shadows. There might be something there that just puts him off, because he is a little bit quirky. He can be a little bit nervous in the gate, but he's just not coming out cleanly. When the gate's open, he's not bouncing and running. He's hesitating slightly, and then that's getting him into those awkward spots.
This will be the smallest field that he'll face since he's arrived in Hong Kong. Does that change your sort of mindset coming into the race? Do you perhaps try and roll him forward a bit if he does jump well?
Yeah, it all just depends on the start for him. I'll be guided by how he jumps as to how I'm going to be able to ride him. But you know, these small fields, they're always tactical affairs, and you know, you probably want to be out of trouble as much as you can. It only takes one jockey to get an idea in his mind that he wants to ride against you, and it brings everything undone.
It certainly can do. And just on that debut win when he won round Sha Tin for you over the 14, I mean, form of that's worked out okay, hasn't it? Rise Brethren, who you won on recently, he was behind you, and Chirin Red Sun, and yeah, he's got the right form in the book, hasn't he?
It was an impressive performance as well. He hadn't raced for quite some time going into that race. He bounced and was never going to get beat the way he travelled. He was full of enthusiasm. He was moving well, and it was a really good effort. So a repeat of that performance would hold him well here.
And there he is, Zach Purton, basically saying he's got options in the small field and he does jump better at Sha Tin than what he does at Happy Valley. We go back to Happy Valley now, Tom, and here he is back in the field, Beauty Joy. There he is on the inside. Now we'll roll the replay from this point in the race, because when they get into the back straight, he gets himself all keen and fired up and wants to get their head right up in the air. There it goes right there.
Yeah, he just doesn't settle at this point of the race when the speed's been backed off here by Telecom Fighters with Igniting up on his outside. Just wants to do things wrong. What we didn't see was him being a little bit slow out of the gates, a little bit of a brush, and then as we roll the vision on, he's just not settling here at all. About the 500 metres, Paul, he sort of got himself into a little bit of awkward spot as well when he was following one of the other runners. I think it might have been Zara at the point. Just lost a bit of momentum on the turn.
Yeah, you're looking at this and you think he's not really suited by Happy Valley, but he has won at the Valley before, Beauty Joy. He just looked a little bit, as you say, he got himself a little bit into an awkward position. And a lot of it was his own doing at the start, wasn't it, when he when he was slightly slow away. So, look, he was always on the back foot from there. He finished off strongly. I do like him a lot better coming back here to Sha Tin.
You could just see there, Zach had a little look over the inside shoulder as well, and he just sort of was looking for the best route to take on him. That's Cheerful Days up the inside. We know he's in a great purple patch of form at the moment. He's really rallied here, and I think, Mark, with the options they've got, provided he jumps, I think they've potentially got lead or outside leader on the cards here for Beauty Joy.
Absolutely, and he was one of very few horses in that race, Paul, to make up ground, him and Cheerful Days. The others didn't show much dash up the straight, which made his run even better. Yeah, no, very much so, and he did hit the line nicely. I don't think he'll lead. There's no way you want to get into a speed battle with My Sugar, though. That's one thing you wouldn't want to do, and My Sugar generally likes to go forward, especially up to the 1600. Here he is, your horse, My Sugar, Paul. You've been very keen on him. Now, this was his first start in some time, and he does get a weight allowance for Jerry Chow this week. E-Star also comes into this race off the back of this one, but he has struggled over 1600 in the past, and Circuit 3's been a pretty busy horse of late too. Yeah, I've liked Circuit 3 in his runs, and he's always caught the eye hitting the line strongly. Up to a mile looks really good for him. So, look, he definitely goes in for me. There's a jockey change there as well with Harry Bentley going aboard. Now, the problem with My Sugar was he had a really uninterrupted run coming into this race. He just felt it at the end there, and you can see him, Zach having a good look around and faded out. But look, he's had 5 really strong gallops. His work's been good, and he comes in with a lightweight in barrier 1, so he's going to be out of trouble in the front. We move on, Tom, to our next replay. This is a Charity Go. He runs third, looking great. He's dropping back in distance from all of his previous victories.
Yeah, so he was able to win 2 runs ago on a good yielding track over 2,000 metres. So I just wonder about 1,600 from him. He hasn't won 1,600 metres in the past, so I've left him out on that. And Charity Go didn't quite make it in either. I know he's just a course and distance winner, but that was only his 1-win course and distance. He's better over sort of a little bit further up to the 1,800 metres. But they come out of a small tactical affair here where they weren't too far away, Paul. Yeah, look, I agree with what you're saying there, Tom. I haven't got either one of these two, and I prefer both of them over a longer trip.
Now, we've got the split screen happening here, Paul. There's Beauty Fit, who's a 2-time 1,600 metre winner. This race we're showing now is over the 1,400. E-Star comes out of it, and so does Circuit 3, and they're all well back in the field as we roll the replay, turning for home. Yeah, look, Circuit 3 is the one I'm going to take out of this race because he went right to the outside and hit the line really strongly. Up to 1,600 metres by Seville looks ideal for him. He's got a senior rider on as well with Harry Bentley riding, so I think he's going to go pretty well. And I really like the way he just finishes off his races strongly here. Beauty Fit didn't have much room.
No, he didn't. And I think there was sort of a split-second decision Wagner Borges had to make with the Beauty Fit last time out. There was the option of to come one out off the back of the Good Luck Friend there, and in the end chose to go to the inside, and the gap where he probably could have gone opened up. So it was a split-second decision there. He was pretty unlucky.
We need some selections, Paul. Are you with your old favourite, My Sugar?
I am. Look, I didn't put him on top last time because he did have that interrupted preparation. It was first time up over 16. This is his second time up over 1,600 metres. He's had 5 good gallops. He's got barrier number 1. Jerry Chow, I think you'll let him roll in front, My Sugar. So he's on top. Circuit 3, I think he'll get back. He'll be the one running on strongly. Beauty Joy, there are options there for him, whether he goes forward or he tries to get a sit. But he is a quirky horse, Beauty Joy. He's going to come up short. And then CP Brave with the blinkers on should be in the right position. 2, 3, 1, 4.
I've really liked what I've seen from Beauty Fit, and provided he jumps well and can put himself into the race, because he's got a good cruising speed to this horse. I think he's good enough to win this race, Beauty Fit. Beauty Joy, rather. Beauty Fit on the inside there had no luck. He'll certainly get his chance here again. Joe Moreira on board, just couldn't squeeze up the inside. E-Star was luckless last start. Yes, he hasn't done too much 1,600 metres, but the way he was running home last start and then got held up, I thought 1,600 metres here might suit him. And CP Brave with the blinkers, tongue-tie first time, 2 trials with the blinkers on. 1, 6, 8 and 4.